Okay, this is gonna be the Monday after WrestleMania. Myself, freaking Yaya, and Stevie Breach. First, we had to go ship some figures. I know Miguel had his WrestleMania chair that he did not get rid of. Steve and myself sold ours to Sean Blackbird and Robbie Rebel. And there was a UPS store somewhere downtown. I don't recall it being too close to our hotel, but I don't think it was like that far away where it was a hassle to go to. And pretty much we slept in pretty late. It was thinking we woke up around 2:30, so we really only had about four to 5 hours to really do what we want before Raw started. And one of the places we wanted to go was here, the Jersey Shore Gelato Shop, and obviously Jersey Shore was a huge thing at that time, and the place was, I guess you can call it a tourist spot. I don't know how much of a tourist spot it is now that the show is pretty much dead in the water, but it was. There were people obviously taking pictures and videos, and much like what I'm doing now, just really, talking about the show. I don't know why I went. I even bought a T-shirt, believe it or not. And Steve was. There was one episode where I think it was a situation took his shirt off to get more customers to come in, and Steve was saying, "Hey, it looks pretty slow in there. Maybe I should take my shirt off." And saw it says "Help Wanted" at the door too. So I don't know. There was a lot of things were going through Steve's mind, and it was good. I had it was a Oreo vanilla gelato shop. You see some Cena fans in there, and there was a babe working there. I remember Steve was saying that I think she liked me because she really filled up my cone more than she did his. I ain't complaining, but it was a handful. And here I am just cutting a promo on Jade because she wanted to come here more than I did. But obviously she was not of age. She was 21. Well, she wasn't 21 yet. She was 20, I think. It's kind of sad that I don't know how old she was at like 2 years ago. But yeah, so she didn't want to. She wasn't allowed to come. That's pretty much the story with that. So we went back to our hotel, got our Raw tickets, and we saw Luke running, pacing, speed walking, upset back to our hotel. And you see there's Extreme Nico 09. And reason was, if you look closely, Luke is wearing an RVD shirt. And at this time, RVD was a proud member of the TNA roster. So this guy, Luke Cage 29, shows up to Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania of any other pay-per-view. WrestleMania in a TNA wrestling t-shirt. And obviously, you have the hardcore, the hardest of the hardcore. They were giving Luke a hard time. To the point where he wanted to go back to the hotel and change his shirt. I've never been pushed to the edge, pushed to the limit, where I'm just bothered to the point where, hey, I gotta change my shirt, so we're all bugging Luke about it. He wasn't having any of it. And we are waiting in line to get into the building. Steve's acting like, I got my ticket, and going to Monday Night Raw, and it seems like this was the Raw that really started the whole making Mania the Raw after WrestleMania one of the most memorable Raws of pretty much the year. I really do think that WrestleMania 28 Raw was that thing. Here's Steve, the only guy. Look around him. There's no one else standing up and cheering as much as Steve is for Jack Swagger. And there was people who watch our video sitting a couple rows in front of us, and they even took video and pictures. And like the only guy in the whole building standing up for Swagger was Stevie Breach. And here's Jericho when he slipped on the alcohol. Everyone having a good laugh about that. And Brock Lesnar, the place was shaking. Like, even watching it now, I'm like, man, I could not believe how loud this place was that night. And just the rumors were running rampant all weekend long. And we didn't even know at one point. I remember Miguel was telling me, like, oh, you want to like work Steve and like make up a fake rumor and have him believe it the whole weekend, and like when Raw comes he'll be like expecting something. And so we just made up some random story that Brock Lesnar's going to come back, but we didn't tell him. We hinted at it, and he figured out. And then next thing you know, that there are rumors going around Brock Lesnar's coming back, and he was like, man, like what are the odds of that even happening? And so obviously when he showed up, and everyone knew it was a big deal. And what was a bigger deal was the yes chants and how crazy they were that whole weekend, especially after Raw. I think having Daniel Bryan lose the fashion he did just ignited just the biggest flame of people's asses, and people loved it. They were doing the yes chant during the show when The Rock was there, during the main event, during the dark match. See, they're doing it here. It was nothing. This guy's running around by himself. Like, I don't know. I've never ever seen people go this. Here we are in the the elevator, I guess, to go up to all the rooms was packed because everyone went back to the hotel. Everyone wants to go up to their room, so there was a lineup to get up to the, I guess, first to 12th or 13th or 15th floor, whatever it was. And we decided to take the stairs, and we're yesing all the way up. And we were the only ones we like started. There were here. What was I doing? I can't even like film and do the yes chain at the same time. I don't know. But here we are going back to the room. I don't remember what we did. Oh, yes, I do remember. Pretty much this was gets as almost tradition now. I guess you can call it the Monday before you go home is to like go out and like go to Denny's or go to like a Waffle House at like 2 in the morning. And that's what we did here. Here we were going back to the room. And I don't remember where Luke was earlier. He didn't go to the gelato shop with us, obviously, and he just showed up in this video in the RVD shirt. And here I'm kicking Miguel's ass. And Christian making an appearance. So we all decided to meet up. I think it was, well, us 5. And the Boston brothers were the other 2. Here we are at the Denny's, and you see Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder, who were in there previously, and I don't know how long they were there for, but clearly they were there before us, fortunately. And The Rock's mom, if you look behind Steve, The Rock's mom, I forgot her name now. No, Gorgeous, one of Gorgeous George's wife, maybe? No, God, I don't even remember who it was now. An old lady. Let's just say they were the one Cena always comes out with. Like everyone thought it was his mom at first, but it's some old lady. She was there, and here we are, just the impersonation contest. Christian doing his best English accent, and then we got Luke doing the Dusty Rhodes, and Christian was doing syrup shots. It was the first time I've ever seen that. Little odd, I guess. You hang around with Americans for a week, and you definitely see. You definitely see what kind of people they really are. No offense. They're good guys. They're all good guys. And Steve, the old classic. You got to get food stuck in the goatee, whether it be nacho cheese or just, I guess, frosting, whatever it's called. Some white stuff was stuck in his goatee, and I definitely did not make it obvious to him. And good thing about this was the place wasn't as packed as the Waffle House was one of the days we went last year. And there were people there, and it did take us a while to get seated and get our food, but they had a whole other section available, and it was like maybe midnight, a little after midnight, so you can't really expect the food to come all that quick. And they started a yes chant right in the middle of this place, and I swear I thought we were going to get kicked out of here, but yeah, here we are. I was like the only one not doing it because I can be like, hey, I ain't doing anything. And we were the only ones yesing, and there were wrestling fans there too. So they were looking at us like we, I don't know. I see. They're like, who are these guys? You're wearing a wrestling shirt. Like, you know exactly what we're doing. But nope, they didn't buy it. They no-sold us. But hey, I had nothing to do with this, so if they got kicked out, I was on my own. And here we are, the Boston brothers, again, their own special plug. Link in the description box. Maybe the original video if you check that out. Ryan and Adam. And at this point, I remember something went up my ass, and that's not a figure of speech. Something, I don't know if it was Steve's, like, it was definitely a shoe of a boot of some sort, big boot. And you can see me reacting to it. I would never, ever forget that pain, because it just came boom right there. I was like, what was that? And you hear me in the video, and Steve's running, like, I got you. I'm like, that hurt. Man, you don't stick your shoe up another man's ass. That's just... And Miguel's like, dude, like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, did you not just see that? And here's a goodbye to Christian. This was the first time me and him actually hung out for a while. We hung out the year after, and but this was the first time. He was a good guy. Kind of made our plans kind of going towards this. But that's the video. I guess the next one is going to be the farewell video, and we'll start WrestleMania 29. See you guys in the next video.